Yeah, I can finally harvest your parts, you little shit. Yo! So I've been spending a lot of time on TikTok lately, selling tofu. This is a recurring thing on the channel. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. Anyway, so one of the things that people ask me all the time is that, hey, why don't you 3D print a drone? Why don't you make your own drones? And like the answer to that is like, hell nah. Like don't. Like just don't, okay? 3D printed drones, they're hard to print. They break easily, they don't fly very well, and then the thing is like the cost of a 3D printer and all the filaments and all the things that you needed to get just to get the 3D printed drone out is you might as well just buy a frame. But anyway, being a sucker for punishment and also wanted to validate these things for myself, I decided to put this to a test. So I got myself a 3D printer. Well, my buddy Farhan donated to me his old Ender 3. I have no idea anything about any 3D printers, and I'm going to find out how I'm actually going to use it. I don't know, do all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah, this is it. It's all in pieces, but I need to fix it up. He gave me some spare TPU as well, but yeah. And I went through a whole month's process of first setting up the 3D printer, configuring it, all the bed leveling, what kind of filaments to print, so getting to the point where I was comfortable enough to 3D print my own drone frame. And yeah, I finally did it. This is it. This is a tiny 3D printed frame. See, it's 3D printed. My buddy Sujit also helped me 3D print some of the frames, but the rest of the TPU parts here are printed on my Ender 3. Can you imagine that? By the way, if anybody tells you, you should get into 3D printing drones, you should slap them in the face and say no to drugs, because 3D printing is one hell of a drug. It is difficult, it is costly, and it will consume your life. Even my 3D printer thinks it's a bad idea. But honestly, it's finally done. This is a model. This 3D printed model is based on the Dark Phantom DP1 on Thingiverse. It was modified to hold the O3 camera, but I'm not going to put an O3 camera in this. So I slapped together whatever parts I had together and took it out for a flight. And man, I was surprised. Okay, well, let's see it fly. It's not bad. Hey, it's not bad. It is not bad. Honestly, like the frame holds pretty well. But also the fact that beta flight 4.4 or 4.3. Ooh, where is there somebody on the field? Some random uncle. Hate these random people, and especially when they're flying analog, right? You know, I can't really see very well. Wee, it's so cute. Okay, you are not bad. I like you a little bit. It helps that you're analog. So funny, this guy. Oh, I can do a reverse. Let's try that again. Okay lah, there's a lot of vibration, but I do not want to put this through a crash test. I don't even know what my battery voltage is. I should come in. It's not bad. It is not bad. Noisy, but not bad. It might fall out of the sky at any time, so I better come in. It is not bad. First of all, if you don't know anything about 3D printing frames, right, most of the frames are kind of like wobbly and squishy, but this thing is pretty good. I don't know if it was the new Betaflight or the frame, but it flew pretty well. It could hold its direction. It was quite locked. and it didn't feel wobbly, and it felt like any other drone that I would fly. Until, of course, I crashed. Ooh, I crashed. Or rather, what I would consider light tumbles. It's completely broken. Show you the damage. It was fun while it lasted, but look at that. The whole layer just shifted. One whole layer just peeled back like that. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. No more. It broke on the first day. Now, if you're gonna tell me you should print in ABS or you should print in carbon fiber, well, please F off, okay? At this rate, I've sunk enough costs into the filaments and into the upgrades for the 3D printer in order to print, for example, PETG, that I would just say, like, buy a frame. You know, I sunk enough cost that I could actually buy a frame. Multiple frames. For that matter. 3D printing drones have, you know, answered most of my questions or my preconceived notions about 3D printing drones, and yes, they are super fragile. So why should you 3D print drones? Let's say, for example, if you are building frames and you wanted to test to see if it's good, if the design holds well, or if it fits all the parts and everything, then yeah, I think it's a good rapid prototyping mechanism that you could use to, you know, test your frames and stuff, and before you send them to a cutter to cut it into carbon fiber. Is it fun? Yes and no. It is fun and frustrating at the same time. Fun because you get to learn new stuff about 3D printing. Frustrating because you get to learn new stuff about 3D printing that you do not want to know. But yeah, it was a good journey, and you might see more 3D printing content on this channel. Because now I've not only one but 2 3D printers, right? So they're just constantly churning out random things that I can use around the house, like iPhone cases that I've 3D printed. I think it was fun. It was a great experience. I don't really recommend it, but okay. Hope you enjoyed this really short, hopefully very short clip of this frame. I'll leave all the links for the designer on the links below, and yeah, anyway, have a great day. Go out and fly. Hope it's sunny. See ya.